This is where the cool podcast intro is supposed to go, but I forgot to finish it. Anyway, here's Scuffed as Fuck. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Scuffed as Fuck podcast. I am your host, Retro Koda, and with me today is my lovely co-host, the Cubic Guru.
What up?
Hey, it's been a hot minute since we recorded one of these. For the viewers, for us, it's only been a couple weeks, but somebody made a fucky wucky. Um, kind of want to talk about that if you're okay with it.
Yeah,
Uh,
go for it, Koda.
Before we get into everything, for everyone listening at home, we're gonna talk a little bit about to start this. We're gonna talk a little bit about what our plans are for Christmas, how our Thanksgivings were, and then we're gonna get into all of the games that were announced at the Game Awards. Um, but to start it off, we're gonna talk about why there wasn't an episode of the podcast on the 8th, I think it was, maybe the 6th, whatever day it was supposed to release that Saturday at the beginning of the month. Um, we recorded one literally the day before Thanksgiving, and you know, when you record things the day before a holiday, you kind of forget to do stuff. And I thought I had downloaded the audio files to edit and upload. Okay, I thought so. I went out for Thanksgiving. I had a lot of fun. Did you have a lot of fun at your Thanksgiving?
Oh, I had a blast. Lots of food, can't go
Lots
wrong.
of food, right? And then I got home and totally forgot about it. And then literally like 2 days before it's supposed to upload, I'm like, I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna be smart and I'm gonna edit this instead of waiting until the day of. And went to open it up, and sure enough, I didn't download it. And so I opened up the page that hosts all of our files, and the link to the audio recording had expired 3 days previous. So to everyone listening, I'm sorry that I made a fucky wucky. Um, I promise it'll probably not happen again. um,
You never know.
you never know. I mean, especially with me, and especially if we're doing it right before the holidays. That was my big fuck up. We're at least recording this the week before Christmas, so like, there's time. Um, but yeah. With that being said, welcome to this episode of the podcast, guys. Um, so Cubic, how was your Thanksgiving though?
My Thanksgiving was good. We saw a lot of family. Like I said, a lot of good food. We had some time off. It was nice. Um,
Yeah,
I think, to be honest with you, Koda, it might have been a blessing in disguise that that episode got demolished. I feel like
right.
with talking with the Game Awards, I have a lot more interesting things to say than we did on that episode. So it'll
Oh,
probably be better in the
100%.
long run, honestly.
100%. I will say though, one thing that I'm sad we didn't get to keep. I fucking called it. In that episode that we recorded, I said Claire Obscura was gonna get game of the year, and we both started being like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen." And sure enough, it happened, and it won a whole bunch of other awards with it.
I think deep down I thought that one was gonna win, only
Mm-hmm.
because well, I mean we talked about this. I'm always like I love the look of Silk Song. So I
Oh
was
yeah,
like, oh yeah, I really hope that it gets it. But yeah. I think it
Silk
was kind
Song.
of it was expected that Expedition 33 won.
Yeah, Silk Song was a beautiful game, and I kind of was thinking it might have had a chance, but Claire Obscure Expedition 33's story and the actual gameplay of it all, like it was a chef's kiss moment. You know, I actually, my friend Jade just got me a copy of it for Steam, so at some point I'm planning on but I watched a few people play it before, and it is genuinely, it's so good. It's the fact that it won does not surprise me at all, but the fact that it blew, it out of the water in terms of how many, awards it got, that's what kind of I was like, "Oh, wow."
Yeah.
Uh, but my Thanksgiving was good as well, living far away from family, you don't really get to see them often. We've talked about it before. I'm a transplant PA. I moved up here roughly a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now,
Okay.
and so all of my family lives in Missouri. I don't get to see them often, but, some of my coworkers were nice enough to let me come over, and I ended up having dinner with them and their family and their kids and all that stuff, and we watched some movies and had a lot of food. It was a very good time. I'm very glad I got to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. You got any fun plans for Christmas, though,
Kind
before
of
we
the
get
same
into it?
thing. I'm gonna go home for a few days and spend some time with family. Probably eat more
That's
food.
that's fair. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
on Christmas, that's not one of those things where you can, go over to a coworker's place unless, like, I don't know. So,
Wow.
we'll see what I'm up to,
You never know.
right? But all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. Um, I know that I have a few games that I specifically want to get into that were announced. I don't know about yourself, um, but the one that I'm most excited about that was announced was Control Revenant or Control Resonant. Have you ever seen the Control games?
No, I've never played them.
Oh my god! So the Remedy verse, Alan Wake, all that stuff. Um, it's a very cool interconnected story. Um, Actually, if you even look back at it, some of the earliest games that they released, the Max Payne games, are technically considered in the Remedyverse. So
Ooh,
there are
okay.
mentions of it. There are mentions of it in some of those games. But Control is basically like, oh, how did I describe it to one of my friends the other day? Basically, like X Files and Men in Black meets SCP Containment Free.
Okay. That makes sense.
So yeah, so you're playing as this character who's in search of her sister or her brother, um, who is taken by this federal government called the Federal Bureau of Control, and you happen to find this building, which they say that the building is only people can only find the building when they want it to be found. Otherwise, it's very much like the Men in Black, of like a hidden building behind everything else. Um, and your character comes into the building right as a giant paranormal like parasite takes over the entire place.
Okay. Okay. That's a cool
They have a
concept.
lot of yeah, they have a lot of cool different things in there that are like different. They call them altered items, so they're basically items with paranormal effects that they cause paranormal activity. So like there is a rubber duck that teleports all over the place. There is a it gets weirder. There is a floppy disk with Cold War era nuclear codes that is infused with so much hatred it launches items at people, and you use that for an upgrade. Um,
Okay.
there is a there's a fridge that has to be monitored 24/7. Cannot take your eyes off of it, otherwise it will move and it will end up eating, you know, people. Stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy, but uh, Resonant Control Resonant that was announced for next year is the sequel to the game. It takes 7 years. It takes place 7 years afterwards, and you play as the brother that was being uh, looked for in the story of the first game. And it's going to be an RPG. Um, my brain is struggling to remember the words here. It is a RPG. Don't mind me. Here we go. Um, so I'll read the description off of IGN. It's the follow-up to 2019's Control and is set to be released in 2026 for PS5, Xbox Series S, and PC. Also a bit different than we expected, as it doesn't appear to star Jesse Faden anymore, who's the main character of the first. Instead, we'll put players in the shoes of her younger brother Dylan. He was taken by the Federal Bureau of Control at 10, and he was put in a coma after being inflicted by the Hiss, who have now escaped into the outside world. Also, instead of a transforming service weapon, Dylan will wield a transforming melee weapon, which will be augmented by his supernatural special ability. So it's gonna be basically a Souls-like, in the Remedy verse, and I'm here for it.
A Souls-like, okay. You got me interested now.
Yes. Let me. You go ahead and give the next one, and I'm gonna send this video in our chat.
Yeah, one that I'm really excited for is Larian's next big title. So they're coming out with another Divinity game. Or no, it's called Divinity. I'm sorry. I can't
That's the one
remember
that was
if
the. I'm
they
pretty
did
sure.
Divinity Original Sin before, and now they're doing another Divinity game. I think is
I'm pretty sure it's just called Divinity for this one.
yeah, yeah.
That or it might just be the working title, but the trailer for that was weird.
I know. I'm hyped for that because I really enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. I know they crank out these behemoths of games, so I'm here
Oh, they
for
do
it.
such a good job too.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I've never played a Divinity game before, so it would be cool to hop on whenever, because they say it's going to be their biggest game ever. Which, if it's any bigger than Baldur's Gate 3, I can't even imagine what it's going to be.
Right. I've played a little bit of Original Sin. I like it. I think that this game's also going to be a pretty cool one. Um,
Good.
they finally announced that Leon Kennedy is going to be in the next Resident Evil game. Um, Leon Kennedy being the main one from, I believe, 2 and then 4. And he was in 6, but that was when they started to shift further away towards like action games. But I'm excited because we're gonna have two characters again, and one of them is gonna be very horror related, which will be Grace, and then the other one will be more action related, closer to like Resident Evil 4 with Leon Kennedy. So I'm hyped to see that. The trailer for it was really cool.
Yeah, wasn't he like really old?
Yes, he's like, well, I mean, we say really old, but he's only in like his 40s, I think, in the game, 40s or 50s.
He was
He
visibly
looks
with like the
ancient.
yeah, he had like the gray hair and the beard.
Yeah, he looks like he's pushing 70, but he's
May-
only like 40 or 50.
Maybe I should say he's weathered in this one. How about that?
That's probably a better for, especially for our older listeners.
Yeah,
Uh,
that one looks really cool. Another one I was kind of hyped for was Wizards of the Coast is putting out a game. It's called Warlock. It's based on Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's gonna be really cool. It's like a
Warlock.
dark fantasy action.
Ooh,
Yeah,
now that
I think
sounds
it'll
like
be
it would
cool.
be fun
Any
for
games based on
sure.
D&D, I'm here for, just because I like
Oh,
D&D
100%.
itself.
I still need to play Baldur's Gate 3. Like I love watching people play it, and I love D&D. Excuse me, I have hiccups for some reason. Um, but I love watching people play D&D, and I love being a part of that world, and so I've always wanted to play Baldur's Gate because of it. So seeing that they're going to have another game coming out that's based in that kind of aspect, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you see that they're making not just one but two Tomb Raider games?
I did see that, and I thought of you because I know at one point we talked about the like 2012 remake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I
that's hype.
I loved the I loved the remakes. I'm a little sad that they're kind of turning away from those remakes because the character in those was really good, and they keep constantly redoing Laura, or as the years go on, they give her a reboot every couple years. The one I'm excited for the most is this reimagining of the original one from '96. It's called Legacy of Atlantis. It's
Okay.
basically the very first game, but it's remastered for modern consoles. They've changed up the story just a tiny bit, but it basically has all the same aspects of the very first game that Laura was in.
Okay.
Um, I know that Catalyst is going to be the one that is set. It's going to be releasing in 2027, so not next year, but the year after.
Okay.
Um, but it is reading this here. It says this new game is set in a wake of mythical cataclysm that has unleashed ancient secrets and awakened the mysterious forces that guard them. When the most notorious treasure hunters from around the world descend on the region, Lara races to uncover the truth buried beneath the fractured landscape and stop those who would use its power for their own gain. As the ancient world collides with the present, Laura must decide who to trust among rivals and allies to prevent a catastrophe and protect a secret that could reshape the future.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Right? It's a lot of mumbo jumbo that my brain turns off halfway through reading, but all I heard was mystical cataclysm and the past, you know, colliding with the present. And that's all I need to be excited for a Lara Croft game.
Yeah,
Uh,
love me a good Tomb Raider game. You know,
uh,
those fun 3D exploration games like that. I love it.
the original like first five are currently on sale for like less than $1 each on Steam right now. I was thinking
Let's
about picking
go.
them up,
Yeah, you totally should.
but I should.
And you can put in the boob code
That
that
doesn't
everybody knows totally
exist.
exists.
Doesn't exist. We've all tried it once.
Dang it.
uh,
Uh,
ooh, another one that I figured you would be excited for. Did you get to see the new footage of the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
no, I haven't yet.
Oh my god. I wasn't a fan of the first Super Mario movie, but that's just because I'm a hater and I will fully admit that.
Hater.
But this second like the second movie, oh my god. They have in the trailer, um I don't know what the name of it is, like the move, but there is a scene in it where Luigi just jumps in from off screen and straight up knees Bowser Jr. in the
Oh.
face. It it's like I think the name of it is like the Freedom Knee or something like that. It looks like something that Captain Falcon uses.
Yes, that's actually the only scene that I have seen. That's so funny
Yes.
because everybody's
Like
going crazy about it.
I'm so excited for it.
That's awesome. Good.
I might actually watch the first movie again just so I can watch the second one and be excited.
Koda, why didn't you like the first movie?
Listen, I like what I like and I don't like what I don't like. Um and I just don't like Chris Pratt necessarily. He didn't do a good job for me in that movie. Cuz Mario is supposed to sound like an Italian plumber, but I mean as close to an Italian plumber as you can be without it being, racist. And Chris Pratt's just like, "Hey, I'm Mario," and it's not Mario.
I don't agree with you, but we can move on because we might be here all night if we argue.
Listen, we'll watch it one of these days, and we'll either add it to the list of things I was wrong about, or we'll add it to a new list of things that Coda was. We'll accept that Coda might have been right.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
uh,
Well,
The new
Coda,
Mega Man game. Oh, go ahead.
Coda, would you like to talk about the games that have received awards?
Do you have that list? Because I don't have that list.
I do have that list actually.
I would love to have that list.
I took some notes.
Good.
But yeah,
Good, good.
the big one, game of the year was there was a lot of good ones in the running, I think. It was Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death
Hmm.
Stranding 2 on the beach, Donkey
Okay.
Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I've never heard of until the Game Awards, but
I'd
so I
heard
wonder
of
why I
it,
didn't win.
but I'd heard of it and I'd seen clips of it, and the clips that I had seen are the reasons it didn't win.
Mm, okay.
Uh,
Okay, that's valid.
uh, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
Silk Song probably should have been on there. Or I mean, it should have won it. Uh, Death Stranding, as good of a game as it was, mm, I don't think it deserved it.
I think it's interesting. This is a great list, first of all. Let me just say that. I
Hmm.
think all of these games are deserving to be on this list. Um except maybe Kingdom Come, but again, I've not seen anything of that, so there might be someone out there that's the biggest Kingdom Come fan and I don't know.
Right.
Uh but yeah, I think just like there's all kinds of different graphical stylistic differences between these games, gameplay differences. So it's a good span of the scene of gaming right now, which is kind of cool. But Expedition 33, I think, was deserving of the win, honestly.
Oh, 100%. I could harp on Expedition 33, having never played it, but having watched people play it, as I said. Um, it the story of it is truly just heartbreaking in the best way. Um, I think that between that and the game design and the fighting mechanics of it, it truly did deserve Game of the Year, and I'm glad it won it.
Yeah, and not only that, but best game direction, best narrative, best art direction, and best score and music. So that big list of W's for Expedition 33.
Oh yeah, the music in that game is also top notch. I'm so glad that it won that too. Honestly, what were the other games that were on there for? Let's see. I just pulled up the Game Awards page to look at this. They had Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Hades 2, Ghosts of Yotai, and Death Stranding 2. Honestly, Ghosts of Yotai or Yotai.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's Yotai. Honestly, I'm surprised that that one didn't win Best Score. It has a really good soundtrack to it,
Yeah, that one was up for a couple and didn't end up winning any, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah, I think
especially for Erika Ishii. She's a
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. And like you said, Expedition 33 had some beautiful music. I think all of those games did, honestly.
They
But
did.
another deserved win.
Mm,
What do you
let's
think
see.
about I thought it was funny. So Jennifer English won best performance for Claire Obscura. I think
Yeah,
I'm going to look this up before I say this actually.
go for it. Let's see who else was on there. We had Ben Starr, Claire Obscure, Charlie Cox for Claire Obscure, Erika Ishii for Ghosts of Yote. We had Konatsu Kato. I feel bad for butchering her name. She was for Silent Hill F, and then Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Honestly, that's some powerhouses there.
Yeah, yeah. Coda, you can cut this out or not. But I was correct, so I'm just gonna like re-say it.
Go for it.
So I thought it was funny that Neil Newborn, who voices Astarion,
Hmm.
was the one giving the award for best performance because Jennifer English ended up winning, and she voiced Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. So it's kind of cool that like co-stars kind of came together in that moment.
That is kind of cool. I actually do like that.
Yeah,
I also think it's funny that, because did I was gonna say, were they nominated last year for the Game Awards for the best performance? Because if they
Baldur's Gate
were
3.
and they did, yeah,
Let me see.
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if they were, but if they were and he didn't win, the fact that he didn't win and still awarded someone winning it, I don't know. It I might cut that part out. I don't know. We'll keep it in. Part of me just thinks that's kind of funny. But
No, no, but they did win the same award this year as they did last year, which was uh best community support because that game gets modded constantly.
oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But that is really cool. That is really cool that the voice of Asterion got to be up there with the voice of Shadowheart, and coworkers supported coworkers.
Yeah, 100%. And I will say, Silk Song, the one that I was rooting for, it did win
Hmm.
best action adventure game.
It did.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad it
So,
won something
yeah, totally. Yeah, I
because
think that's pretty deserved.
I was just say that is definitely deserved. It deserved at least. I feel like it should have gotten at least one more, but I'm glad it did get one.
Yeah. Um, Coda, can we talk about an award that I don't think is deserved?
Go for it.
I don't know if this is a hot take, guys, but most anticipated game is Grand Theft Auto 6. And I think that's unfair because we have been drug along with Grand Theft Auto 6 for how many years now? So many? I don't even know. It's
So
like
many.
so I don't know. I think that's a little like, okay, how much longer is this gonna happen? You know?
The last game came out almost 13 years ago, I think.
Exactly. I think we touched
So
on that when we were whenever we
yeah,
had the last episode.
whenever we had
Um
the fucky wucky.
but like we were seeing that it only took like 2 to 4 years between GTA games and they were
Hmm.
still the best game of that Christmas season. So I don't know. I don't think that was a fair vote, to be honest.
I pulled up this, and I this one I find interesting. So innovation in accessibility. I cannot say that without stuttering. Uh, um, I my stutter has gotten worse over the years. I've learned, and I can't say certain words that start with an at to them, and accessibility is one of those. Um, but says recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Now, do you know which game won this?
I do.
Hmm. And I'm surprised by it. So we had our nominations were Assassin's Creed Shadow, Atom Fall, Doom: The Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight. Now, I know about South of Midnight, and I know about Assassin's Creed Shadow. The other three, I didn't think would really have that many accessibility updates to them. I mean, one being a sporting game, they don't really change those up. And the other
Mhm.
one, I I don't know enough about it. But Doom really surprises me as the winner because Bethesda does really good at what they do. And so I love the Doom games, and Doom: The Dark Ages is such a fun. But it's not one that I would have thought would have had a lot of accessibility options to it. So the fact that it won is actually that makes me kind of proud of them.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is I know that game has like high contrast modes or people with low vision can like change the game speed settings so that there's
Hmm.
like if they have like motor impairments, things like that, their motor skills
Right.
aren't maybe as what a normal person would be. There are shifts in the game settings that you could do for that. So that's kind of cool. I think that's a big deserved win right there.
I think that is a big deserved win. That makes me happy because everyone should be able to rip and tear at their own heart's content. I'm such a Doom fan. Oh my god.
Doom is good.
We could do an entire episode just on the Doom series, and I actually have an intro I wrote a long time ago because there's the whole lineage of. Did you know that the Doom guy is related to the dude from Wolfenstein?
Really?
Yeah, he's related to the dude from Wolfenstein, and he's also related to a character that showed up in an old M-DOS game. Like
I love that.
the character from the M-DOS game is technically Doom Guy's great great grandfather. We'll get into it in an actual whole episode, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm such a Doom fan. I'm glad it won that.
Good, good. Yeah, that game really paved the way for a lot of what we see today, so deserved.
hmm Well deserved.
How do you so content creator of the year was Moist Critical. Uh love that guy personally. I think he's hilarious. But I
I
wasn't too familiar. I think Kai Cenat was on there and a couple of others, but I don't know. Do you have any opinions on that guy?
Moist Critical.
Yeah, yeah.
I I know him from memes. That's it.
Okay.
I've never watched any of his content. I know that he did a voice for the new oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the superhero response team game.
He was in Dispatch?
He was in Dispatch. He was the voice of the Bat guy.
You're kidding me. That's
No.
crazy. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's the
Okay.
voice of the Bat dude. I
That's
haven't
cool.
played the game yet, but I've seen clips of it, and I recognize his voice instantly.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
I
Huh.
mean, it had
Okay.
a lot of good characters in it too, or a lot of good actors in it as well. Like the fact that they had Aaron, I can't remember his last name. The dude that played Jesse Pinkman. He's the voice of the main dispatch dude that you play as, and then also Jacksepticeye or Sean McLaughlin. Um, he was the voice of uh, the strongman dude. I don't know his name. I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but
Oh wait, I don't know any of the characters' names, but I also
yeah,
didn't know that he was a voice actor in that game. That's awesome.
yeah, a lot of cool names were attached to that game.
Yeah. Also, Jesse Pinkman was played by Aaron Paul.
That was the name, Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers, and I went, no, that's a sports
That's a football
guy.
player.
Yeah.
Oh man.
uh, that shows how much I know. Shows how much I know about anything.
That's all right.
Let's see what else we got in here.
We got
Um,
a recent game that won an award was Arc Raiders. That one got best multiplayer.
ooh,
You know about Arc
I
Raiders?
mean, I know about Arc Raiders. That's the one that has a lot of AI. Like, uh, they used a lot of AI to make it, didn't they?
I don't know that for a fact,
I don't
so I'm
know
not
that
gonna.
for a fact either, but hypothetically speaking, allegedly, all the big words, they said that there was a lot of AI used in the development for that. Um,
Uh, Let me see here actually.
but
So according to ironically Google's AI, yes, ArcRaider uses AI primarily for its text-to-speech voice lines for items, locations, and directions, trained on
mhm,
real actors' voices to allow for quick content updates. So take that as you will.
yep. I mean, it doesn't make the game any less cool. I've seen people play it. It reminds me a lot of Tarkov, but in a lot more of a fun way that isn't just getting kicked in the nuts that Tarkov is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, one that I
And I
do
would have
also want to talk. Oh, go ahead.
no, you know what? I thought about what I was about to say and cut this out.
No, this is going up fully unedited.
Uh
This is our new way. I mean,
okay.
we won't let them know what you were thinking.
Then
But
ladies and gentlemen, pretend I didn't say anything actually.
exactly, just pretend it didn't happen. You don't see the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um Another one that I'm excited. I was surprised by when I read this. Best ongoing game.
Mm. Mhm.
We have. You know these ones. I'm
I
assuming you took
do.
all the lists. Okay. So we had Final Fantasy 14. We had Fortnite. We had Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky of all games. And the fact that No Man's Sky won blows
Yeah.
me away.
Yeah.
No
I
Man's
have
Sky has been
coworkers that
out
still
for,
play and talk about that game constantly.
which is wild to me because I remember when that game came out almost a decade ago and had none of the features that they claimed it would. And the fact that people are talking about it to this day, and it now has almost every single feature that was planned from the beginning, including some extras. I just, it's it's cool. It's really cool. Like Fortnite's another one of those games that's been out for almost a full decade, probably longer. But the fact that No Man's Sky has been out and started off as such a shit show with having next to nothing that was planned to now being winning a game award in 2025. That is that blows my mind.
I think that just goes to show that you can allow a game to cook a little bit longer without releasing it on a deadline. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
obviously, there should be some parameters around that. For example, GTA 6. I hate to clown on that
Mhm.
game so much, but all this
No.
time that's being used to make this game, it better be really good. You know what I mean?
Give it the Yeah, give GTA 6 the wig, the red nose and the fucking, squeaky shoes cuz it's going to get clowned on. It needs to be.
Yeah. But I again, like, this is an example of I think No Man's Sky was released too early because of what they promised and what they couldn't accomplish at the time. Because now it's the game it wanted to be back then.
I would agree with that. I would agree that they probably should have given it a little bit longer to cook. But I also think that it might it's kind of a give and take. It's like, they say a butterfly flaps its wings and causes a hurricane or whatever the whole phrase is about like um no, it's like you've played Dead by Day not Dead by Daylight. Oh, why is my brain not remembering it? It was a PlayStation exclusive.
I
Um,
I probably didn't play it then.
okay. Uh, it was like these people go up to a cabin, Wendigos and stuff like that, and you can change the course of the game, like alternate store pathways and all this stuff. And there's like, it's basically like if you do one thing, a whole bunch of other things are going to happen because of it. Um,
Are you talking about Life
so
is Strange?
No, 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 no. Life is Strange is a
Okay.
good one. Life is
Okay.
Strange is definitely a good example, but no, this was uh why can I not remember the name of it? It was uh uh I know it had something with dead in the name of it. And it wasn't Dead by Daylight because that's the one monster versus the like four people trying to escape.
Yeah.
Um no, but so if hypothetically No Man's Sky had been given longer time to cook, it might not be as popular as it is now, is the thing. Of like, I think because it released so incomplete, people were giving it so much extra attention. And if it had released as a more polished game, it might have been good for the first couple months, but it probably would have fallen off just like the rest of these games have. Whenever they
Hmm.
release and people play them for a while and go, oh, this has been fun. And then they just kind of set it aside and go to the next one. Whereas No Man's Sky is getting consistently updated over the years and it brings people back every single time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, I think of examples like, Hello Neighbor and how that, like, went down the crapper real fast. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like games that are released in beta that a bunch of YouTubers play, and people are like, "Oh, this is crazy," but then it's not the big thing anymore months later. You know what I mean? It's kinda
Right.
that's not exactly what No Man's Sky is, but I've seen a lot of games go down that path. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Sorry. I'm typing up PS Until Dawn. That's what it was. It had
Oh,
nothing to do with
oh,
Dead in
oh
the
my
title.
gosh.
Yeah. Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Where it was, yeah. It's literally like a butterfly flaps its wings and causes a hurricane in another country. Yada yada yada. It's such a stupid phrase, but it's so like I don't mind me. Don't mind me, guys. This is day 3 of 3 hours of sleep. We talked about this before we started recording. I'm out of it. The Delulu is hitting really hard.
It's actually so funny you bring up Until Dawn. Actually, let me fact check this. I think that one won best adaptation.
That wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
No, I'm wrong. It was Last of Us season 2.
That's what it was.
Until Dawn was on the list though.
Last of Us, so I haven't gotten to see the show yet, but I've heard that it is a wonderful adaptation of the game itself.
I've heard
So
that
that
too.
doesn't surprise me that it won.
You know what I'm really surprised wasn't on the list
Hmm.
nominated? Fallout.
Yeah, I mean, I we uh
What?
so I've been playing more Fallout, and I love Fallout. I've gained an appreciation for the games. We
Okay.
talked about this on the missing episode of like uh I wanted to start playing them more. And so I just I've seen episodes of the Fallout show, and it is good, but I I I don't know. I wanna wait until season 2 comes out, because then I think they're really gonna hit hard, because I'm pretty sure season 2 is supposed to take place in, like, like I could be getting my facts wrong. I might shut my mouth before I say too much, but I'm pretty sure they said season 2 is basically gonna take place in the New Vegas, like, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I'll wait until the New Vegas season comes around to decide.
Coda, would you say because it wasn't a familiar game area that it shut you off a little bit to it?
I think that's what it is. I really
Okay.
do, because the story is good. I like the story, but because of the fact that it doesn't take place in a place that I recognize from the games, I'm like, yeah, you
Uh,
know.
I think that sucks, but we can move on if you want to.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I've been doing it a lot, apparently.
No, I only say that because, like, each of the games start in a new place, so, like, which,
I
by
mean,
the
that's
way, I I think the TV show takes place in LA, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure the first game was in California.
Mm, that would make sense, but that's also one of those ones that was like the top down, and no, I don't. When's the last time anyone
Right.
played one of those besides like the early '90s?
Well, I mean, it's in my Steam library. I'm about to
Okay,
play it.
when's the last time you played it?
Well, I haven't yet, but I'm about to.
Okay, that's my point.
I gotta try it though. I mean, that's what started it all, you know?
I know that is what's hurt. I do like in the second one, I believe it is, um, which is also a top down one.
Yeah.
Uh, I found the other day I was looking up stuff for Easter eggs and stuff for one of the games I was playing, and I just kind of let it autoplay, and it went to the next episode. And apparently, in the second game, there is a reference to the Doctor Who TARDIS. Somewhere
Yes,
in
there
one of the
is.
deserts, when you're exploring, you can see it teleport off into the distance, and I think that's cool. But that's just the nerd in me making a little side note.
Yeah, it's cool because all Fallout games have kept these random encounters in it in
Hmm.
some way, and that was one of them for Fallout 2.
I love that. I love when any game has Easter eggs like that, because the Easter eggs in general are just kind of cool to stumble upon. But like finding something that heavily based in pop culture is kind of, especially in the Fallout games, whenever they have the whole random encounters of if excuse me, if you set your stats to a certain amount, like especially in New Vegas, I think it is when you set a certain stat to uh, a set level. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but you start to see things in the desert, and
Yeah,
you get all these crazy little Easter eggs you wouldn't normally find.
yeah. I think too. I'll say this, and then we can stop talking about Fallout because this is not
Yeah.
the Fallout episode.
No.
But I think the show is also like the latest in the timeline of Fallout. You know what I mean? Like it takes place, I
Right.
think, like 9 or 10 years after Fallout 4.
Which, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's just for my brain, like we said, it feels weird that it takes place in LA when the first game that had it was the original game, and that takes place years before any of the others. So having it take place in a place that should have already been affected by the wasteland, I don't know.
I
Anywho,
mean, we got a big country, you know.
we got a big country. There's plenty of other places that they could have picked. They could have picked the middle of fucking nowhere in Missouri.
Yeah, but
Give me something to look at from home.
you know what's crazy? I'm sorry, we are still on Fallout. I can tell you this off the show.
No, go for it.
Fallout 3 had the pit, which,
Hmm.
that's Pittsburgh. So like I still need to play it,
Yeah.
but I've seen like pieces of it and you can make out some of the Pittsburgh landmarks. It's like it's just crazy to see like I've been there so many times, it's just crazy.
Right. It really is. I want to actually play it because I found out about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, just like the we're gonna keep talking about Fallout if we keep going. Um, in what is it, the newest one, Fallout
76.
76? Yeah, all of that takes place in 90% of the Appalachian Mountains. Um, so like you've got West Virginia, you've got some of the um, like Vermont. You've got a lot of these different states that you can all go visit throughout that game. So I think it's kind of cool that they have a lot of um, the upper east
You can go
covered in
that
that.
far?
There's different places throughout there. I know that they have a lot of different. Let me actually Google
I
this
thought it
while
was
we continue into the next one.
yeah, that's so interesting because I thought that was primarily West Virginia. But if it goes that far, I mean, you could go to Maine and Fallout 4, so I guess the sky's the limit.
Right. All out 76. So, uh, yeah. So it takes place in a post-apocalyptic region of Appalachia, which encompasses the state of West Virginia and parts of neighboring Virginia,
Okay.
with recent updates introducing areas in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Um, let's see. Uh,
You're right. You know where you can
the
go in
game.
PA?
Hmm,
You go back to the pit.
yeah, I was just seeing that. It says introducing areas in Pennsylvania, the Pit, and New Jersey, Atlantic City. Um, let's see. The game's world is rooted in West Virginia, featuring its landmarks, creatures from local folklore, and expanding to touch upon nearby states like Ohio through lore and potential future content. Um, yeah, so there are significant lore connections and geographic hints suggesting the Ohio River area and parts of Ohio itself are part of the game's world or future content, with the Silver Bridge and Ohio River adventures mentioned in potential gateways.
We need Fallout 5.
We do need Fallout 5.
Anyway,
uh,
big tangent,
anyway.
but back to the Game Awards. Um, no, yeah, there was I think out of the big categories, the one we didn't mention was Battlefield 6. That one won Best Audio Design, which I mean, if you can encapsulate like war in sound design, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do think I enjoyed the beta whenever I played it, and it did had some really good sound design to it. Um,
Okay.
so it doesn't quite surprise me. It doesn't feel like a game that would have been on the list, you know? Like,
Really?
yeah, I feel like there's so many other games that are worthy of being nominated for best sound design. Don't get me wrong, it had really good sound design, but it I don't think it deserved to be up there.
Interesting. Well, so it was Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, and then Silent Hill F.
Yeah, I agree with all the other ones.
Okay.
Honestly, if it had been given to like Silent Hill F, or if it even been given to Death Stranding, I would have been happy.
All right, that's valid.
Um, are there any other awards that we want to go over? Do we want to go over some last minute like games that were announced?
Shout out to Hades 2, best action game. I think that's pretty deserved.
So that is deserved. Hades 2 is a beautiful game.
Uh, what? Hold on, I need to look at the category. So Donkey Kong Bonanza won best family game, which I can see where that comes from because you can kind of do it two player.
Hmm.
But I think there were some other games on there that I think should have won actually.
What were the other nominations?
So we had Bonanza, we had Lego Party, Lego
Okay.
Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. I think Split Fiction should
All
have won.
yeah, okay. I can agree with that. I was thinking of it in terms of like that's just a two-player game though.
Yeah, but
Like
like Bonanza is barely a two-player game.
that's yeah. No, that's fair. I just if you're gonna call it a family game, I feel like it should have more than two players to it. Otherwise, you're just gonna call it, you know, uh, you should just have a category for best two-player game. Like,
Yeah, which they have a multiplayer category, but I don't know.
but I
That one
feel
is
like
weird.
the only one that would have been valid for winning that award would have been the uh, Mario Kart because you could play with up to four players. You know,
Can you play with that many in the Sonic game?
don't know. I think it might be, but I also haven't really touched on the Sonic Cross Worlds game. I,
Neither have
I've
I.
seen I've seen clips of it, but the only one that I know for certain is that Mario Kart you can play four players, and then you can have up to what is it like 16 players if you have multiple switches.
Yeah, and
Technically,
Wario has a thong costume, which I know should have gotten more votes.
yeah,
That's not
I
true.
hate that knowledge.
What? I just, Nintendo knows what the audience wants.
Do they? Do they? Because they still released a super expensive console when no one asked for it.
True. I'm a
Um,
little salty about Mario Kart World, so I'm like, that one lost, and I'm glad.
fair enough.
That one did win best
Fair enough.
racing game though, so I mean, whatever.
I mean, whatever. Yeah, it's no Kirby Riders.
Hey, you know what? You know how I feel about that. I've played the new one. It is definitely deserving of an award. It's good.
It looks good.
It does. It looks
Uh,
beautiful. I love it.
it. I did get to see some of the upgraded cars and how they brought back the super. I forget the name of it. You know these things better than I do. The one that you have to collect the pieces for.
Oh, the Dragoon or the
Yeah,
Hydra.
Dragoon, the Hydra. I got to see clips of people collecting those, and it looks cool. And
Yeah,
I'll give it credit where it's due. It's a cool game.
it
I
is a cool game.
originally was giving you so much shit whenever I was like, "Oh, it's gonna release and you're gonna love it." And no, it does look like a cool game.
I mean,
Uh,
it's just Kirby Air Ride for the modern age, which I think is all that we need right now. It's all the world
That
needs.
is true. Real quick before we wrap up this episode, we can go over a couple of other games that were announced. We have Mega Man Dual Override, which is being released in 2027. It's
Okay.
going to be the newest Mega Man's 2D side scroller that'll take us back to his origins. We have Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight. They announced a release date for May 29th, 2026. And it's going to have only 7 playable characters this time instead of the normal like 60 or 70 that the other ones have had,
Yeah.
which includes Batman, Jim Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, and Talia al Ghul. I kind of want to stop and talk about that for a second because it's weird to me that they're releasing a Lego game with so few playable characters.
Especially
However,
Batman, that is like a,
right.
a franchise with so many characters.
However, I will say the thing that makes up for it is that it's basically going to be a Batman Arkham game, but Legoified, if that's even a
Oh,
term. So
okay.
it's gonna have the combat mechanics of the Arkham games, but the story itself is gonna be a mishmash between the actual the Dark Knight movies and the Batman Arkham games and the Batman Arkham's not Arkham.
Arkham Asylum.
Uh, well, it's gonna have bits and pieces of the Batman movies from the Dark Knight series. It's gonna have bits of story from the Arkham games, so Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and probably a bit of Arkham Asylum. And
Okay.
then it's also gonna have some of the older Batman movie stuff in it. Like there was a clip that I saw of um, they have they have oh, why can't I remember his name? Danny DeVito. They have Danny DeVito's Penguin in there. They have
Oh.
yeah, they have the Arnold Mr. Freeze, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have the Jim Carrey Riddler in there too, but it's gonna have all these different stories all kind of mishmashed into one. So I can accept that they're having so few playable characters when it's gonna have a story that big. And the city that it takes place in looks massive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of
Okay.
content for not a lot of characters.
Yeah.
I can accept that.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
have
I
the go ahead.
well, one that I've not heard of before, but I'm kind of like, okay, that seems like it'd be up my alley. Bradley the Badger. Have you seen that
Bradley
one?
the Badger. I have not.
It's a 3D platform game, which
Ooh,
love those, so I'm here for it.
right. It's like Bubsy. Bubsy got a remake or a
Yeah,
re-release recently, and it deserves
and a
the
new
love.
game coming.
And a new game coming. People are gonna hate that.
No, I don't know. I think he put on a coat and then the internet went crazy. I don't I don't know.
The internet goes crazy over the wildest things, though. You know that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was there? They announced the new Street Fighter movie, and they even showed off um the car bonus stage in the trailer for it, which is so stupid to me. But
No, I love it.
I'm excited for the campiness of it. We have a bunch of Star Wars games that were announced, but we're not going to go into the names of them because I guarantee you half of them are going to get canceled after a couple years. Because that's what I I love Star Wars to an extent, but I'm also going to give them so much shit because EA or whoever's in charge of all that stuff consistently is known for just trashing their games. They cancel them after years of development, or they just kind of let them die. Like Rogue Squadron, it was a good game, but it completely died, and there wasn't any support for it. Um, the uh, oh, what is it? Was it Renegades? I think it was. They canceled, or it came out to not much fanfare. Uh, the one that I am excited for, that I think might go the distance, is Fate of the Old Republic. It's going to be a successor to Knights of the Old Republic, and the guy that helped work on that original one,
Okay.
as well uh, as a different game. I forget the gentleman's name, but he is basically spearheading the project, so it'll be good. Um,
That's a plus.
but we had, let's see,
Can we go back to the Street
uh,
Fighter movie real fast?
yeah, let's go over it.
Can I just say that Jason Momoa as Blanca is an awesome casting?
I will say some of the casting in that, I was like, what? And then I went, other ones I was like, what? Like, there were two different levels of just, oh my god, where it was going to be. One was, oh my god, why would they pick that person? And oh my god, that's such a good cast. Like, for
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is, yeah, that's perfect. It,
Oliver
for me,
Richter's
anyways.
as Zangief, I think, is also really good.
That is, yep. The
50
whole
Cent as
entire cast.
Balrog, though? I don't know.
Exactly. I don't. I just
Should have been
it's.
Mike Tyson. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know how well the lisp would have carried over.
I'm pretty sure that's who Balrog was based on.
Is it?
Let me look. Actually, I don't know.
I was gonna say Google that. I don't want you to be talking out your butt.
Thank you.
Let's see. While you're doing that, let's look at some of these other ones that we had.
Yeah,
We had the Forest 3. Oh, go ahead.
Balrog is heavily inspired by legendary boxer Mike Tyson.
Mm,
Because this is true. I forgot about this. In the original Japanese release of Street Fighter, Balrog's name was M. Bison. And then we know today M. Bison is like the big bad guy with the military outfit, but
yeah.
that was Balrog's original name, meant to like parody Mike Tyson.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So yeah, why didn't they have just Mike Tyson do it?
Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, I guess he's getting up there in age, so
Oh, he still got the physique for it though.
he still has the physique, and he could probably still bite someone's ear off again. Let's see. Shit, knocking over all my shit. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just knocking over all of my recording equipment. We've got. Jesus Christ, sit up, please. Thank you. Don't fall over again. We've got the Forest 3 was confirmed. It's going to be a follow up to Sons of the Forest and the original Forest game. That'll be fun for people who like those first person survival games. Although this one, I believe, is going to be taking place in a more sci fi setting. There's stuff in there like a shoulder mounted crane and other things. So that'll be
Okay.
cool. We've got Total War Warhammer 40K announced, which is, for those people out there that like Warhammer 40K, that's exciting. I'm not one of those people, but good on you.
And all you South Park fans.
Yeah, right?
Have you seen that episode?
I have seen that episode. It's been a while
Okay.
since I've seen it, but yes, I have. Um, see, what else do we have in here? We have Ace Combat 8 Wings of a Thief was announced, which that's the sequel to, I think it's Ace Combat 7 Dangerous Skies or something like that. So Bandai Namco and Project Aces are finally releasing another Ace Pilot game that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Lenny Kravitz. This is one that I was going to mention. I totally forgot about it because I didn't write it down. Lenny Kravitz is joining 007 First Light. Do you know who Lenny
Really?
Kravitz is off the top of your head?
The name's familiar.
I could be butchering this, but I'm pretty sure he's the singer for I Want to Get Away. Uh,
Really?
you know who? Yes, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the gentleman. He is going to be the black market dealer in First Light, or he's going to be a black market dealer in First Light 007 when it releases in March of next year. He's going to be one of the voices, which it is such a weird thing to hear his voice in the game or in the trailer for it.
Yeah.
Let me I might
Yeah, he's
just
like the
send this
guy with
straight.
dreads, right?
Yes. Let
Yeah.
me just send this link straight to the Discord. Um, no, we're not trying to listen to that. Uh, don't mind me, guys. I'm struggling to properly do this again. This is why I said it before the stream started. This is why we don't hand Dakota tech. Um, because he's not good at it. There you go. There's the link to it.
Thank you.
Um, just give that voice a listen and tell me why that doesn't sound like it should be in a 007 game. While you're listening to that, we'll go over some of these other games. Lords of the Fallen 2 was announced. Um, we have Marvel Rivals Season 6 announced the character Deadpool as the next playable character.
Okay.
Although it doesn't have the voice that I was expecting, which is, for me, that's always going to be either Nolan North or it's going to be Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds primarily because of him being in the movies and in the trailer itself. He self references that he's in 3 movies. Um, but uh, you know, I'm not surprised that it wasn't Nolan North because he hasn't done anything since the High Moon Studios game in like 2016. But
Right.
um, yeah. See, we've also got Neo 3 or Neo 3 got announced. Um, oh, I just seen the Bradley the Badger here.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got a game called Stupid Never Dies. It's set in a world where monsters are part of everyday life, and you take on the role of Davy, a lowly zombie who must brave a dungeon to bring back Julia, a frozen human he loved. I just like the name Stupid Never Dies. That sounds like it's going to be a fun game.
That's an interesting concept too. I think that'll be good.
Right. Uh, what is this? Oh. So this one I didn't see because I was scrolling fast through a lot of them earlier. The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 director unveils next project, Coven of the Chickenfoot. It is a game all about an elderly witch who quietly goes back to work after all the dungeons have been plundered and the monsters have been killed. It's an emotionally rich, stylized single-player adventure. Um, it looks kind of cool. We have Decrepit, which is going to be a first-person Souls-like coming to PC in 2026.
Another Souls like. I love it.
And it's going to be first-person though, which is going to be even crazier.
Yeah.
We've got Hitman World of Assassination. Um, although I don't know if it was announced at Game Awards or if it just happened recently, but their newest elusive target is Slim Shady.
I have
You
seen that.
actually, yeah, you work with Eminem to help kill Slim Shady, his alter ego. I think that is the craziest thing for a fucking story in a game.
Yeah, that's wild.
Uh there's a lot of other games that are going to be coming out. I definitely recommend going and checking out the IGN page for the games that were announced at the Game Awards. Um, definitely recommend watching some of those videos. Are there any games that you were particularly excited for that are going to be released soon?
Um, I don't know about soon, but from that list, definitely Divinity and Warlock. I think those are gonna be two really good ones that
Divinity
are
and
coming
Warlock.
out.
Yep. I think I'm most excited for me personally. Control Resonant. I'm a big nerd when it comes to the Remedy verse. But my first one of my first games on PlayStation 2 was the Max Payne and Max Payne 2. So those hold a
Yeah,
very special place in my heart. Um, and this one being like an RPG kind of Souls or roguelite, so Souls like something or other. I don't know if you got to watch the trailer or not, but uh, it looks so cool. I'm excited for it.
that's
Um,
awesome.
and probably the Lego Batman game. I've never missed a Lego release, so as soon as it comes out, I'll probably be picking it up. Um, but yeah, with all that being said, this has been a this has been a fun first episode back, and we'll probably end up trying to record another one before the new year. Um, I'll get together with you at some point on when we can do that. But uh, yeah, how does it feel to be back in action and actually
Feels
back in action?
feels good, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm really sorry, guys, that I screwed the pooch on the last episode. But to be honest, as he mentioned earlier, it it wasn't going to be as good as this episode. We literally spent the entire hour just going, "Oh, this game was released this year, or this was the biggest game released this year." And it's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah,
We had we
exactly.
had we had some back and forths that were good in there, and there were some missed funny moments that I wish I could have kept, but overall, it was not up to par to like one of our normal episodes, and I think you can agree on that.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Yeah. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise, like you said, Cubic, that it didn't release. So um, thank you guys as always for listening. Do you have anything last minute you want to say, Cubic, before we go?
Nope, just, everybody have a good Christmas, happy holiday, happy New Year if we don't see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as always, you can find us on Spotify and YouTube at the Scuffed as Fuck podcast or Scuffed AF Pod. You can also follow the podcast on Blue Sky, and you can follow both of us on Blue Sky. I'm at Retro Koda, and he's at the Cubic Guru, as well as the podcast itself is at Scuffed AF Pod. Um, and yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.